Good evening, Prynhound Dar. 'Tis I, Farmer Ben, back again. Here we are. So it's day 3 of the Ninja Tower. Still finding it quite an interesting event. Still not entirely sure whether it favours pay-to-win players or not. You can buy flasks, but they do seem to be very limited in the amount you can buy, as far as I can see. Although it's probably 1, 2, yeah, so it's probably, you can get a flask, 3 flasks. No, hang on, there's 2 in stock, so that's 6 flasks. So you could buy lots of flasks, which means if you wanted to replay levels, I haven't actually tried losing a level yet to find out if you can continue. I assume you can, so I assume that, if the game isn't going your way, the way to boost your score is to hit flee and then use a flask. You're still limited to the number of times you can replay a mission to boost your score. So it's not like a challenge event where you can just keep endlessly boosting it. So I'm thinking that's probably a good thing, I think, for free players and players who don't want to spend a lot of money. I could be wrong there. I'm not 100% sure. Now, in terms of heroes and things, a few people have said to me that they've done the earlier missions just using their 3 stars. I think that's going to depend how many sort of heroes you have like on your bench. So as you can see, I have got quite a good range of 5-star heroes I've accumulated over quite a long time. Well, years of playing, really. So I can afford to lose a few to the Omnisplats. So I have... I think Liana I can't use anymore, which is a bit annoying. But then the 2 heroes I think are probably going to be most important for me are Mother North and Elena. Mother North, obviously, for her reviving and everything else. Elena, as her counterattack, can be really valuable against stronger enemies. Most of my other heroes, I would say, are relatively expendable. So I don't mind too much if they get Omnisplatted out of the game early on. I think I'll score... my view is, you score higher. Omnisplats are annoying, as we've already mentioned, but you can dodge them using some of your more powerful dodge... what do we call it? You can use them using things like tornadoes, hurricanes... etc., etc., things which rejig the screen. Unfortunately, I can't test out my theory that you can use scroll of alterations, which I think could work, but there's an element of that. I think they'd work, but I can't test them out because I can't make them. So anyway, we're going on to wave number 30. The other thing I would say is that the people who are currently at the top of the tower, if you go onto the leaderboard, I'm guessing probably may not necessarily stay there. I mean, Uklaplak is a renowned and very strong player, as are quite a few... Well, I mean, you can see by the avatars, you've got a lot of event winners very high up. But presumably there's now no way that they can improve their scores, because once you've completed a mission, you can't replay it. So I'm guessing that they may have peaked too soon. I don't know if that will apply or not. Obviously, I'm not replaying missions, so I'm not expecting to beat them myself. But I would guess that if you were really competitive, you'd probably want to try and work on a theory of improving. The most you can do is 10 replays a day. So I guess you'd want to use your gems to do those 10 replays to get as high a score as you can. That's my guess, anyway. Anyway, never mind. Let's go into the mission here and let's see how we go. Obviously, I will waffle my way through it as I normally do. Let's see. Let's go for... so you can see, obviously, you've got the Omnisplat here. I do always try to get rid of them as quickly as possible. So you've got a purple one there on Mother North, as you can see. So Mother North, as I sort of mentioned, is one of the very valuable heroes. Now, I know there's a green 5 in a row here, but actually what I'm going to do is this move, which will let me get rid of the Omnisplat. In this case, I'm going to just slide it up. I could have blown up the green face there as well, which would have given me, another way of getting rid of the Omnisplat. This one's on... Who was that? That was on Isania. Sania, I would like to keep. She's a very helpful defense down kind of hero. So she'll wipe them, then do this, and then bam, down the middle. Again, you got an Omnisplat appearing, a green one, which fortunately, as fate would have it, has fallen next to a blue face. So most of the time I am sort of thinking, well, how am I going to get rid of these Omnisplats whenever they appear? I also am quite the exploding faces and the gems that you get. They are quite useful as Omnisplat removing devices. So I wouldn't necessarily rush to blow up the faces or the gems, because you never know when you might use them to get rid of an Omnisplat which has sort of suddenly appeared. Now, because I've got counterattack up with Elena here, I'm not going to use arrow attacks or anything like that to just slow them down. I will use the blue thing just to blow up the Omnisplat. Kirill is another of those heroes that if he were to... I should have done Kirill first there, that was careless of me. If Kirill is going to get killed, I'm not desperately concerned if Kirill doesn't survive. So if he gets Omnisplatted out of the game, even. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want him to, if that makes sense. I don't mind, but I would prefer it if he didn't. I possibly wouldn't use a tornado or something like that to save him, whereas I probably would for Mother North and Elena. Elena, I think, is going to be really, really valuable because her counterattack is really good. Now, I can't see any real likelihood of getting rid of the Omnisplat that's there, so I'm going to do this move. Let's blow the red gem and hope for a bit of luck, because I'd prefer not to have Elena killed off. Their defense is already down, which is good. Like I say, I don't really want Elena to get Omnisplatted out, so that's a bit annoying. They're kind of holding on here. I'm actually, I think, gonna wipe them out rather than using another tornado. Yeah, so I'll do this and just get rid of them this way. Possibly could have just used an arrow attack there, might have been cheaper than a super mana potion. That's actually probably going to get me a reasonable score as well. And as you can see, I've managed to save. No heroes picked up any extra Omnisplats. I'm seeing ninjas even when I close my eyes. It's probably not healthy. But can you tell which ninjas are real and which aren't? Well, the Lego Ninjago ninjas are the real ones. Everyone knows that. And that was that. Okay, 30,427. So reasonable score. I might fighter emblems. Oh, tower coins. So I've got a few tower coins from climbing higher, and then I can have another blessing. So I'm probably going to go for attack because I think attack is probably more useful moving forward. So yeah, so there was a few, again, sort of refinements on where I'm going, really. Keeping battle items handy, definitely to get rid of the Omnisplats, because they're really, really annoying, and you don't want them to finish off your best heroes. Also, just sort of steady progress up the tower. To me, you don't want to... Well, I mean, if you can do it really quick, I guess the Omnisplats never are going to factor into it. But I would suggest you want to sort of try and maybe use good heroes, but be prepared to use the tornadoes and things to save them. Also, possibly consider, like, if you've got your very best team, maybe take one or two of them, but not all of them. So you're going to need things like tornadoes and stuff more later on. And I can see already that in the last few stages, you can only take 2 battle items. So the Omnisplats are not as dangerous near the bottom of the tower, where you can use more tornadoes and you can use more hurricanes or scrolls of alteration or whatever else, different ways to keep your heroes alive, and generally you'll get through the missions more quickly. I would say is that things are going to get much more dangerous later on as you keep your heroes going. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, so there we go. So reward wise, I mean, I have no idea where I'm going to end up because I've no idea how I'm scoring really compared to anyone else. Currently, I would be in the top 50,000, which is still a good amount of loot. I mean, the emblems are going to be the main thing really, and then as you carry on, the loot gets better. But as each day, presumably as you go sort of higher towards the last couple of days, the number of hero players still progressing up the levels will get less and less, I'm guessing. But that's again, it is only a guess. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. As I said, I'm continuing to explore this one because I do find it intriguing. I like a new thing on the game, so that's quite good fun. Remains for me to say, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, etc., etc. Like all the normal things YouTubers tell you, except I won't pretend you'll get bad luck or anything like that because that's all just nonsense. And it remains for me to say, may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Au revoir, arrivederci, and I can't press the stop button.